Okay, it's October 2022. Ads and I have travelled to Italy. We're here in Venice, and we were supposed to be going to Spain, but we've had a little change of plans. So we decided to come over to Italy and just spend a month in Italy and enjoy our house. And this is the start of our trip. As you can see, Venice. Righto, here we are in Venice, in Italy, and I'm just doing a shout out to Vedant. Hey Vedant, we're in Venice. Okay, so usually on these videos that we put on YouTube, Ads and I don't put many photos of ourselves. We sort of just put photos of locations. So I just wanted to put some photos of ourselves on here because we're really having a great time and we're enjoying each other's company. And this is probably our fifth or sixth time we've been to Venice, and each time we come, we just love it more and more. So there's a lot of photos of us actually sort of together here, which is great, and I'm sort of sharing them with family and friends back home. So we got to St Mark's Square and we're really lucky. We just happened to be here on a beautiful day. But there were lots of people here, more than we expected. We've been here several times. We've been here during Carnival and there weren't as many people as were here this time. There seemed to be a lot of people around. A lot of American tourists, so maybe they've got a break or something. And so, yeah, but it was still great. You can see that we still had space. It wasn't congested. It was great. One of our friends said to us, when you go to Venice, always get lost. So we don't use any maps. We have no idea where we're going. We just sort of navigate our way through, and you find little spots like this or the canals that are just so beautiful, and you wouldn't find them unless you got lost. Okay, so this is the first part of the We've Just Arrived guided tour. This is the shed, and you can see it's actually not as bad as I thought. That's the rental car that we've got. Pan around. My car's here, undercover still, all tied up. It actually looks pretty good. All the tyres are still up. So we're wrapped up that way. A few little trees have fallen down to the power cord, but the main power line is up. So that means the power company have been here and they've put the power cord back up that had fallen down. I'm really happy about that. I'll do a walking tour just to show you where everything's at. The grass is long. If we go down this way, the guy who owns this bit of land, has cleared all this side of land, which is really interesting, right up to a wall up the top. So that's pretty good. I like that, He's been doing some birding off, and I'll continue this as we go, as I walk further down. Okay, so this is the path that comes down. It's pretty clear, actually. I'm pretty happy with it. It's got a lot of dried leaves on it, but you can see the car up there, and you come down here, and this area looks really good. This area looks like the guys had the goats come through because the grass is not too long. If you go down this side, this section that I cleared last time I was here, more than a year ago, is all locked down. It looks good. Obviously a little bit of grass has grown. This building's still here. The other side had started to fall, which is what I was working on last time I was here, and that's kind of the same. It doesn't look like anything else has fallen. As we get up here, the grass is really dry and long. So they did say they had a long dry summer, so I'll show you a bit of that shortly up the path. The power line that I was talking about, I'll show you a bit of that in the next video as well. I'm really looking forward to cleaning up the garden and the paths and all that sort of stuff. And it's warm today. It's the 8th of October, and it's mid-20s. It's just beautiful. So anyway, I'll keep going. Okay, so here we are up the path. This is the other side of that building I just showed you. I said to you some of it's been knocked down, and I was knocking down to the green line. So nothing extra has really fallen, which is good. Everything that I had cleared all along here has grown back a fair bit. You can see along the fence it's really quite high. But up here there's a lot, right? So on these tiers, it's really grown. The grass has really grown. It's really dry. The olive trees have grown too. I'm going to have to chop them a bit. There's the power line that's attached, which had fallen down to the ground. So a couple of those olive trees, I'm going to have to chainsaw some branches off those just to clear the lines. But actually, I'm really pleased with the way it's gone. If we pan around and go to the house, everything looks okay in the house. The house looks pretty good. You can see this area is overgrown. We haven't been here for more than a year, so this area all needs clearing. There is some goat shit around, so he's obviously had some goat stuff here. There's a nice snake skin right there. How do you think I feel about that? Anyway, we keep going around, and you can see up this path, which goes right up to the other fence, is well and truly overgrown. Last time we were here, there's video on YouTube. Last time I was here, we cleared all of this, and you can see a lot of it's grown back. It's probably another 4 foot high again. But one of the interesting things now is where I've cleared it, there's all chingale paths everywhere. So you can see there's paths where the wild boar have come running along here. Down here, there's a path that goes down here, and then it goes down to here, and it splits, and part of the path goes down there to the bottom layer, and the other part goes the other way, which I know there was a chingale home down there. So that's interesting. The house itself is in really good condition. There's no issues whatsoever. You can see the view today, it's beautiful. So yeah, we're pretty pleased actually. There's a lot of work to do, but that's kind of what I'm looking forward to, is doing the work. You know, went in the shed, everything's normal. One of the shelves had fallen down. Chris had put up, I think Chris put up this shelf here. That's fallen down, so I'll just have to put that back up again. But apart from that, there's no rat shit, there's no any droppings or anything of that sort of stuff. So the house is in pretty good nick. So yeah, that's it. I'll do a walkthrough of any other areas as I come across them and show you anything that's changed. But no, I'm pretty pleased actually, pretty pleased. Okay, so this is the before and after, because I'm just about to whip a snipper. It's still the first day. We've been here about half an hour, 30-40 minutes. And I'm going to whip a snipper and clear this front area right at the front of the house, so I can put the table and the chairs out, and so that we can sit and have dinner tonight out here. So I just thought I'd give you the quick before, and then after I've done it, I'll give you the after. And then over the next week, my job is to address all of that and all of the stuff I've done before and all of the stuff up that end. But right now, here we go. Okay, it's the afternoon, it's the evening. I've set up the table and the umbrella, and you can see down over the view. You'll notice the grass hasn't been done. Neither of the whippersnippers, I can't get either of them started. So, I mean, it's my first day here. I've been here half a day, so I need to put in some time into them, clean them, maybe pull the spark plugs out, see if I can get them done. But neither of the whippersnippers work. So, worst case scenario, I take them down to a guy, get them repaired on Monday or Tuesday, and I've still got a whole month to clean everything. So that's where we're at with that. Flip side of that coin is, I went and started the car, and the BMW started first go. First turn, bang, ran perfectly. Needed a bit of water, and it's running perfectly. So you win some, you lose some. I'd much rather the car be working perfectly and the whippersnippers need a little bit of tuning than vice versa. So that was really good news. The house is beautifully clean. Yeah, everything's good. We're pretty happy. It's about 6 o'clock in the afternoon. You can see it is still a spectacular day. It's really a wonderful day. We got really lucky today. Yesterday we spent the day in Venice, and today we're down here in Tuscany. So what can be better?
And of course, it wouldn't be a visit to Tuscany without Nick in his overalls. Hi, babe.
Hi.
What you doing?
Go and whippersnippery. Go, go.
Love you.
Bye. Right. That was me.
Nick's become a farmer. This is amazing.
So the lady from next door came over. She didn't know we were there, and she was bringing the goats down. So, like I said in the other video, she's obviously been coming. There was lots of little baby goats, and they all just decided to sit down. And then at the end, this one mother goat was protecting her baby, who was just waiting under the tree. So
Then they all left. It was really good. It was a good experience.
Okay, so this is a bit of the after shot. It's the 9th of October. I battled with the whippersnipper with 2 of them, and I finally got them both running. And it's on again, off again. I'm still fighting with it, but you can see I've cleared that section down there. I've cleared where this fence was, and I've cleared all of this area where we normally lay the table out. So I'm just going to lay all that out again, and I've still got, you know, heaps to do up around there, but it's a good start for the first day here. I think it's a pretty good start on clearing the land. Yeah, that's it.
So Ads was outside, and there's a big bird of prey flying around the house, the top of the house, and she was laughing and enjoying it, so she took a couple of photos of it here. Okay, so for my 50th birthday, Adavi took me out to dinner to this place called Limbuto, and it's a Michelin star restaurant in Lucca. We went down and sat down, and it's a 15-course restaurant. First one here was like a scampi cocktail, and Ads didn't have the scampi. She had like a vegetable intro. I'll try and explain each course so that you can see and understand what we've had, and you know, makes it a little bit more interesting. So this is Adavi's fried vegetable intro. Then I had what looked like a breakfast. It was a coffee cup with a little croissant next to it, but there was a prawn in like a pumpkin broth, and inside the croissant was all seafood. It was really nice. And then there was this 2-soup meal where the first soup at the bottom was like a proper soup that you could drink with a broth and vegetables in it. And then this one was like solid pieces of bread that had been soaked in all of these different broths. And then they all had this unique taste that you would bite them and they'd sort of explode in your mouth. Then this was a piece of seafood that was deep fried, like a piece of fish that was deep fried with like a lettuce leaf over the top. It was spectacular. Okay, so this was another little bit of fish, like a lobster, with the little bits of the inside of the lobster on top. It was delicious again, and the string bean. So this one was like a reef and beef. So it started with a pepper with a sardine on the inside, so that was the reef bit, and then the beef bit was veal brain, like a foie gras veal brain. It was fantastic. Okay, the next one was 3 little sort of tortellini pasta things, and they were filled with oil and butter and cheese. That was sensational. Then there was like a little risotto, a beef broth risotto. Again, it was fantastic. They were all just little tiny tastes, but they were so good, so full of flavour. This was really interesting. This was the most simple pasta you could possibly have. And they said it was like a arrabbiato pasta, which is like red sauce and spices. But there's a secret spice that they had in it. It was amazing. So Adavi's going to make this for you. I'm not telling you what the secret spice is. Okay, the next one was a little fried piece of chicken that Adavi had. Now, I didn't have this because I had a beef tartare. So she had like a little fried chicken, and then this was the beef tartare. And it was actually presented on like a piece of bark. So you didn't eat the bark, but you had the beef with potato skins. So the next little section here was like minced lamb with a mint sauce and a lamb sauce around the outside. And then this was pigeon. Actually, I had this. This was pigeon. It was absolutely delicious with a little fried like potato cake. Now, Ads didn't have the pigeon. She had like a chicken, thinly sliced chicken with a different sauce over the top as well. It was really, really delicious. The next course was really interesting. They brought out to both of us a single pizza box each, right? And they tell the story about, oh, you've all had all these tiny little bits of meals, so now we're going to give you a full pizza. But we walked through the kitchen and the chefs all had a piece, and I'm sorry, but this is all that's left for you. And then you open up the box and there's this beautifully presented little piece of pizza. But it's actually made up of really, really fresh tomato and basil and like a cream and then like a crispy meringue on the top. It was actually like a sort of leading to a dessert, but it still had tomato and basil. It was really interesting. It was delicious. Then we got to this platter, and Adavi had organised a birthday platter as part of the menu as tasting platter, and it had all of these little different desserts on them. So I've taken photos of each of the different desserts, and I'll just kind of explain what they were, each of these. It's part of the thing in the restaurant. So this was like a little cake with a chocolate moustache on the top, and you just bit into it. It was delicious. The one bite, you lift up the whole thing and eat it all in one bite. This was like a Nutella and cream and not Nutella, but nuts and cream. It was sensational. This was like a little lemon meringue burst type thing. You put this into your mouth, and as you bit into it, the whole thing sort of exploded, and it was like white chocolate and lemon. This looked like a piece of cheese, but it was actually really sweet, and they had the cheese presented on the mousetrap, and then they'd put a candle in for my birthday, but you normally would get it just the cheese on the mousetrap. So it was an interesting little sort of tasting menu for the desserts. And at this stage, Dads and I were getting really full. We thought that was everything. The next course was like a sorbet, an almond and lemon sorbet with olive oil over the top. It was really nice.
Here we are in Lucca. We've just got here. It's the 10th or the 11th. It's the 11th, and we're at the walled city, which we love. We've been here a couple of times already, but today I do the video. It's like 25 degrees. It's absolutely beautiful. So I thought I'd just do a little video.
Okay, so the last thing I want to show you in this video is this is the night of my birthday. Adavi bought me a birthday cake and brought it in and took it. It was just what you want to see, me in bed eating cake, right? But this is the birthday cake for my 50th.